that's waiting on street.
What it is, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD, and today we are here for a story time. Gather around, for I have a story to tell. Ah, yes. Bruh, how I went to jail. My first time in jail, man. A story as old as time itself.
You got a God, you should thank Him. That's all that matters. Show motherfucking health. I don't give a fuck if you got $1 billion. If you are throwing up and shitting at the same time, you are broke, bitch. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, yo? I'm gonna wait for you guys to sit down to start the story. Yeah, I'm saying, come one, come all, man. I've got a BHD story time to tell. Bruh. And this one is a bit of a doozy. I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes to sit down. Everybody get ready. Get your snacks. Yeah, I'm saying, get your juice. For real, for real. Light your blunts up, man. Yeah, I'm saying, I got a story time for you guys today, man. Oh my goodness, man. I did a year in jail, and it was so wild. I've never been to jail since. Like, I haven't gone back. Man, I haven't gone to jail. I haven't not gone back to jail since. And women. Yeah. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to sit down, man. Type of 1 in the chat if you guys can hear all the audio. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys can't hear the audio. Bruh. Shoot, I just got arrested like 2 years ago. But it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? They let me go very quickly. Yo, what's up, Bray Dinky? What it do, man? What's up? I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes to sit down, you know what I'm saying? This is the story of my very first time going to jail. Type of 1 in the chat if you guys have ever been to jail. You know what I'm saying? Type of 2 in the chat if you've never been to jail. I'll give you guys a hint. Don't go. There's no women. There's no ladies in jail, man. You know, went there, got the t-shirt. It's boring as hell. Only thing there is to do in jail is read books and eat whatever food that they let you buy up in there. What it is, Game Master? Yo, what's up, Bray Dinky? I might so. You know what I'm saying? This was my first experience going to jail. All right, so type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when I was in jail. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of why I got sent to jail for a year. You know what I mean? Super chatters choose. You know what I mean? For real, for real. Oh, with that being said, hold up. I almost forgot to put the links to the tip jar up in this mug. I be forgetting how important that mug be. That's what's up. Alright, yo. In the chat if you guys want to hear the story about when I was in jail. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want me to start at how I went to jail. 1s and 2s, men. 1s and 2s. 1 in the chat if you guys want me to start with how I got myself put in jail. 2 in the chat if you guys want me to start at what got me put in jail in the first place. For real, for real. Let's see. Alright, you guys, give you guys a couple more seconds to pile up in this mug. Alright, so let me see. Oh, also share this mug out. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. And this is the right button right here.
Skin reaction.
And then this button.
Bitch, that's what the fuck I came to you for.
That's all.
You took away my eczema and these shingles, bitch.
Alright, you guys. Yeah, we touched it out. Alright, you guys, we just got the link
I'm gonna say everything
to the tip jar pinned up in the comment section. Alright, you guys, if you guys do want to super chat to your boy, the easiest way is by super chatting directly through tip jar. It goes to the Hot Cheeto Fund and or upgrading all of our computer equipment. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. W's in the chat to the mod squad. All right, peep game. So, once we do reach 50 in super chat, you guys get to choose if I tell you guys the story of my very first girlfriend and how I got her. She told me no for like 4 years and then told me yes. It was the funniest thing in the world when she switched from the no to the yes. You know what I'm saying? Type of 2 in the chat if once we reach the next super chat milestone, which is 50 in super chat, you guys want me to tell you guys the story of ooh. Tell you guys the story of ooh. My very first fist fight. That's a good one. Very first fist fight. What's up, Rut? What it is, Christian? What it is, Game Master? What's up, Bray Dean Kirk? That's what's up. All right. So, with that being said, here's what happened. So we're gonna start how I got myself in jail for a year. So what happened was I was talking to this girl, you know what I mean, and her name was Risa, right? We was dating for like a full on 4 years at the time. Now we walking down the street, we're going to the corner store, we're going to 7-Eleven, man, we're going to get snacks and delicious foods. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like a lit night, man. We gonna get hot Cheetos, Takis, lemonade. You know what I'm saying? It was about to be a delicious night kicking it with the chick I was kicking it with at the time, right? The girl was my girlfriend. Her name was Risa. So we're walking to the 7-Eleven, and on the way there, Risa runs into like this black dude. He runs into this black guy. He walks up on us and he's like, yo, hey, he talks to me first. He's like, hey, what's up, OG? No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? But is it cool if I like talk to this chick real quick? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, no problem. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really see no issue with it. So I go ahead and get the go ahead. So I stand about 10 feet back because I'm not a stage 5 clinger. I don't want to just stand by and ear hustle, whatever. So Risa and the guy are talking. About 4 or 5 minutes into the conversation, Risa stops responding back to the dude. And when she stops responding back to the dude, he gets really, really, really mad. When he gets mad, you know what I mean? He's like, he starts saying like, yo, you ain't gonna respond back to me, like you ain't gonna talk back to me. You know what I'm saying? Which is what the dude is saying to the chick, to Risa. And Risa just, of course, doesn't respond to that at all either. So when Risa doesn't respond to that, the dude, he drops stance on her like he's about to punch her in the face. You know what I'm saying? So when he puts his hands up, when he puts his dukes up, you know what I'm saying? Hi, Decor. Yo, hope you guys are having a productive day, man. When he drops stance on her, you know what I'm saying? I step in front of her and I put my stance up. I'm like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, we don't, fighting females is weird. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, no, cuz she disrespected me. You know what I mean? She ain't showed me no respect. I'm about to beat her up, bro. I'm about to knock her out. And I'm just like, bro, like, that's neither here nor there. That's just weird. You know what I'm saying? They can't fight a chick for, like, being shy. You know what I'm saying? So the dude, he's like, no, damn that shit. He throws a punch and, he went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Went on and put him to sleep real quick. You know what I mean? And when he woke up, we was already gone. We just went to the store. You know what I'm saying? Me and the chick I was dating, her name was Risa, we went on and walked to the store after the homeboy went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Now, once we reach 20 in Super Chat, I will go into great detail as to how I put him to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, type of 1 in the chat if you guys want me to go into detail as to, how I put him to sleep once we reach 20 in Super Chat. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys you want me to continue on with the story and you don't want me to go into detail once we reach the first 20 in Super Chat. You know what I mean? Yo. That's what's up. That's what's up, Jakor. Appreciate the compliment. All right, so with that being said, that's a good year. But yo, type of 1 in the chat If you guys want me to go into the gross detail as to how I put the guy to sleep, once we reach 20 in super chat. Type 2 in the chat if you guys don't want me to go into gross detail as to how I put the guy to sleep once we reach the first super chat or 20 in super chat. Yeah. No problem at all, Brody. Yeah. Man. If the chat going, if the chat's gonna be unresponsive, then you know what I mean, I might have to go ahead and drop this live and then start up another one later. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I hate it when chat goes dead like this. Yeah, it happens. It happens. So, with that being said, I keep on, we go ahead and we walk to the corner store, right? We walk to the 7-Eleven. Now, when we get to the 7-Eleven, we get our regular foods, we get our drinks and all that and whatnot. Hello, Spencer. You know what I mean? Yo, that's what's up that you're a big fan. Yo, appreciate the compliment. Yeah. Yo, what video of mine got you into being a big fan of mine? Yeah. That's what's up. Hey, what's up, Christian? That's what's up. Yo, so with that being said, you know what I mean? We walk through the corner store. We get our food, we get our snacks. I get my hot Cheetos and lemonade. I get all my delicious foods and whatnot. And I go ahead, turn around, and start rolling out. You know what I mean? Now, we get back to my crib. On our way back to my crib, we had to pass by where the dude went to sleep at. And we didn't see him there. It was like a horror movie or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just wasn't there no more. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? We just went on and walked around him or whatever. We just went home. So I get home. I don't hear anything of it. I'm thinking everything is cool, right? Fast forward 2 years later. I was on my way home. I just got done hanging out with the new girl that I was dating. You know what I'm saying? There's a new chick I was dating at the time. Her name was Farron. So I started dating Farron, got rid of Risa because Risa was a goofball. You know what I'm saying? So Farron drops me off, and I'm literally about to walk to my house, but I decide to go across the street to get some food from the corner store first. You know what I mean? So I walk across the street, you know what I mean? And it's an AM, PM. It's a real big gas station. Walk up in there, get a bag of hot Cheetos, get all the delicious foods I love, and I go ahead and walk right back to my freaking, I go ahead and walk right back to, where I was at. You know what I mean? Hey, Spencer, that's what's up that you love FNAF. Yeah. What was your favorite FNAF video that I made? That's what's up. Yo, hey, appreciate that, yo. Happy 4th of July to you guys as well. For real. Who is the new girl? All right, so you guys want? I'll tell y'all about past girls. I don't really, you know what I mean? I don't really tell y'all about chicks that I be kicking it with currently, because y'all like to y'all be, y'all be detectives and stuff, man. Play GTA 4 100% before GTA 6. Understandable. Teach their own. Yo, type 1 in the chat if you guys have already pre-ordered your copy of GTA 6. Type 2 in the chat if you guys have not yet ordered your copy of GTA 6. So type 1 in the chat if you've got GTA 6 pre-ordered. Type 2 in the chat if you don't have GTA 6 pre-ordered, but you're gonna play the game when it comes out. Yeah. So we get back to I go across the street, I get all my snacks from the AM, PM, you know what I'm saying? I come all the way back, you know what I mean? I'm walking across the street. Now, unfortunately for me, while I'm walking across the street, now mind you, I've looked both ways. I looked left and right. I didn't see nobody out there. Everything was good, you know what I'm saying? But for some reason, I stepped onto the freaking pavement. The minute I stepped foot off of the freaking asphalt and onto the street, I hear boop, boop, boop. And the cops just, it's like they fell out of a tree. I don't know, man. It's like the cop car fell out of a tree or something. Because these niggas, they pull up on the side of me and they immediately freaking arrest me. They put me in cuffs and they, I'm thinking I'm all good because I ain't did no crime. I wasn't doing crime at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I figure I ain't got no warrants. Everything should be good, right? Tell me why. They put me in cuffs. They run my name. And after they run my name, they come back and they're like, yo, you know, like freaking, yo, you have a bench warrant for like $1,462. And I'm like, how do I have a bench warrant for $1,462? And he's like, look, you know what I mean? Like, yo, well, you know, we got to take you into jail. So that's when that's when they took me to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, they took me in and, you know, they took me into booking. You know what I mean? And I've been to jail before, you know what I'm saying? Like a night or two, 2 days, 3 days tops, you know, in which case I would normally OR out, you know what I mean? But in this situation, they ain't give me no choice to OR. You know what I'm saying? They just straight up like, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yo, so where you guys from? And what time is it where you guys are at? Yo, that's cool that you're on PC. Yeah, I heard that they're gonna make the us PC players wait like a month or two.
So congratulations.
Yeah.
Some of y'all cholesterol loaded.
That's what's up.
You did it.
Hey, what's up, Spencer?
They just be making
What's up, Jakor? Was I watching a Godzilla video? I was watching 17 Godzilla videos all at once. You know what I'm saying? For real. You gotta watch 17 Godzilla videos. You can't just watch one. 17 at a time. Yo, so where you guys from? And what time is it where you guys are at? Yeah.
But the truth is, because of the shit I'm likely to say, I done really.
Oh, I just remembered something that I can't tell you guys about that happened to me in this story time. You know what I'm saying? Not unless we reach 30 in Super Chat. If we reach 30 in Super Chat, we will unlock a very embarrassing secret about this story that I have not told anybody. You know what I'm saying? For real. Bruh.
All they want me to do is shut them.
Yep. I can. Yep. It's bad, man. It's bad. All right. So if you guys can guess the secret, I'll tell you guys. You know what I mean? But if you can't, once we reach our first 30 in Super Chat, to which case the easiest way to Super Chat your boy is by Super Chatting or donating directly through the link to our tip jar that's pinned up in the comments section. You know what I mean? Then we'll unlock that secret. Super Chatters choose the direction of the stream. You know what I mean? For real. Was I watching a bunch of scary videos? Were you watching a bunch of scary videos, Jakor? Is that you telling us you or watching a bunch of scary videos? Or Godzilla videos? That's what's up. Yo, so where you guys from? And what time is it where you guys are at?
Everybody turned against him. Even 50 Cent turned against him. You don't want him as an enemy.
Yo, so where you guys from? And what time is it where you guys are at? Yeah.
I remember, I never done nothing to him in my life. Then I got offended. Wait a minute, motherfucker.
W's in the chat to the mod squad, by the way. For real. Yo, so one of the stories that I was debating on telling you guys or not, you know what I mean? And I don't know if I still don't know if I should tell you guys this story. There's a story about how I lost my V card. You know what I mean? That story is diabolical. Type of one in the chat. If once we reach our first Super Chat milestone, which is 50 in Super Chat, you guys want me to tell you guys the story of how I lost my V card. You know what I mean? Type of 2 in the chat. If once we reach our first Super Chat milestone, which is 50 in Super Chat, you guys want me to jump on my computer and do some reactions, some scary reactions, you know, from my computer and whatnot. That's what's up. Let's see. Oh, we could listen to this. No, I'm gonna listen to this. That's awesome that you've been watching me for years. That's what's up. Yeah, yeah. Much appreciated. Mm-hmm. Mm. That's cool that you remember the Jagged Solid videos he did. For real, for real. Yeah, yeah. Jagged Solid is hilarious, bro. Bouncer is the funniest. Easily the funniest. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. So, yo, alright, so type of one in the chat if you guys want me to jump on my computer and do some reactions, some scary reactions from there once we reach the first super chat milestone. Type of two in the chat if once we reach the first super chat milestone, which is 50th super chat, you guys want me to tell you guys a story way crazier than the title of this story is. Yo, yeah, I can't watch World Star, bro. I got in trouble for that. Like, a lot of trouble. Like, nigga. For real, for real. Yo, what's up, Dr. Pikachu? What's up, Brianna Gano? Ghana? What it is, Glenn? Yo. That's what's up. What's up, Jakur? What's up, Terrell? Yo, Terrell says, I'm a huge fan of your storytime videos. Yo, they get me through rough times as a CNA. Keep up the hard work. Yeah, with that being said, you know what I mean? I'm also working on BHD story times. I got some releasing in a couple of days. You know what I mean? I'm putting the finishing touches on that mug. Hold on, let me check something real quick. You know what I mean? Bruh, somebody I was live yesterday and somebody was like telling me that it was weird that I was editing my own BHD story times. It's like, who else would know how to edit my BHD story times better than me, other than my editor? But my editor, the editor that would edit my BHD story times, he charges a ton of cheddar. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order to get content, it's good that I know how to edit myself because, like, bro, some of these charge, y'all see how much they charge some of these YouTubers for a haircut? It's like $2,000 for a haircut. That shit's wild. You know what I mean? For real, for real. All right, so with that being said, you know, they put me in cuffs and they hauled me off to jail, right? Now, there is a secret part to this story that, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That we can unlock. If we reach 30 in Super Chat, we will unlock that secret to this story time. But it's messed up, man. It's... So, for now, we're going to fast forward through that. You know what I'm saying? Through that super duper embarrassing part of this story. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, type of one in the chat, if once we reach the first Super Chat milestone, well, you know, once we reach 30 in Super Chat, you guys want me to tell you guys the secret of this story. You know what I mean? Or the first secret of this story. We'll unlock that mug. Type of two in the chat, if once we reach our first 30 in Super Chat, you guys want me to tell you guys... Well, you guys want me to not tell you guys the secret, and we just, you know, go over that mug. For real, for real. That's what's up. Appreciate the compliment. That's what's up. 2K for a haircut? I've seen it done. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Yo, what's up? If where? Spent a year in jail? Yep, just a year. You know what I mean? It wasn't super duper. It wasn't like the worst thing that's ever happened to me. It wasn't like hella scary or whatever. I did get into like a couple of fights, but you know, like I ain't get stabbed up like Tory Lanez, so you know. You know what I mean? Yo, W's in the chat to UJ Live. W's in the chat. Yo, he just super chatted 5 directly through the channel. Yo, BlastphamousHD, just showing some love. Yo, that's what's up that you're showing some love. Yo, I appreciate that you're still making content. Yo, I'm trying to hear some stories. Yo, so you J Live, what type of stories are you trying to hear? As our highest super chatter, you know what I mean? You get to choose the direction of the streams. You know what I mean? With that being said, also, our highest super chatter gets to choose if they want their name in the title of a stream or if they want their name in the description of one of my videos. Yeah. All right, so with that being said, you trying to hear some stories, bro? I got you coming up fresh. Peep game. Once we reach 25 more, I'll tell you guys the secret that I've never told anybody. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. And it happened to me in jail, man. With that being said, type of what in the chat, if you guys want me to tell you guys the secret that from jail that makes me do this, once we reach 25 more super chat. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys don't want me to tell that story once we reach 25 more in super chat and you guys just want me to keep on going on. Let me guess. Nah, I never dropped the soap. They let us shower by ourselves. We didn't shower around other people, man, but that does not make it better. Actually, dropping the soap would have been better than what happened to me in jail. It would have been better. You know what I'm saying? Way better. So, with that being said, I'm going to pass all that. Don't skirt past that. You know what I'm saying? But if we reach 25 more super chat, we will unlock that part of the story. Until then, so we gonna go to, like, let's say my first day in jail. You know what I'm saying? First day in jail, I'm seeing how everything's moving. You know what I'm saying? And they put us in the holding cells. Now, if you guys don't know, when you go to jail, you got to get put in the holding cell for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, usually like a day or two, depending on how long your sentence is, right? So they put me up in the holding tank. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's ever been to jail will tell you a holding tank is just got a toilet. There's no sink, you know what I'm saying? And there's like a metal bench and a concrete floor, you know what I'm saying? And the worst thing you could ever do in a holding cell is, or a holding tank, is put your face on a bare surface. I knew a girl that put her face on a bare surface in jail, you know what I'm saying? And baby girl's face ain't looked right ever since, man. Her whole side of her face is lumped up like she's got face syphilis. It's terrifying, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The jail story I do want to hear. Understandable, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Once we reach 25 more in super chat, we will unlock this jailhouse secret, the jail secret that happened to me while I was up in there. And it doesn't disappoint. It's better than what y'all think it is. Now, the thing that sucked the most about jail was their eating habits. You know what I'm saying? The times that they fed us at. They would feed us at 4 a.m. in the morning. They fed us breakfast 4 a.m. in the morning, and they fed us lunch at like 9 a.m. And they fed us dinner at like 3 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Which naturally made us all super duper freaking hungry up in that mug. But, you know, rewind from that, I'm in the holding cell still. Now, when I'm in the holding cell, this is my first time being robbed, or a dude tried to rob me in jail, right? We're all sitting on this long metal bench, there's like 30 of us. And we're all sitting there just bullshitting, just passing the time, waiting for, you know, us to get to a lockdown or to get to our cells, right? So while I'm waiting, you know, this fat black dude, he gets up, he starts yelling goofy shit. Yeah, everybody in here, you know what I mean? I am the top dog in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I am the one who knocks. You know what I mean? King Kong ain't got shit on me. You know what I mean? He's saying all this goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff you should never say when you're in jail. You know what I'm saying? So then after he says all this shit, one of the guards comes in, brings everybody our breakfast. You know what I'm saying? So when he brings us our breakfast, he gives us the like this crappy food in a styrofoam trays that close. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I'm sitting down just like all the other 30 people sitting down waiting to get into the holding cells. And this black dude gets this big, he gets a white bag and he starts like literally walking down the line, like, you know, punking everybody for their food. You know what I mean? Hey, give me your food, cuz. Yeah, that's what I thought, nigga. Don't eat that shit, nigga. Give me that shit, cuz. Yeah, because he gets about 7 people in, right? And then he comes to me. And of course, I've been waiting for a situation like that my entire life. This guy was overweight already. He's a big fat dude, man. This, you know, I've been in a bunch of fights, street fights at least. So this is gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? This dude is I got a reason to put my feet on this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't about to steal my food. I was hungry. So, you know what I'm saying? He gets to me and I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. And I was so happy. I was so man, I was giddier than when I finally was about to lose my virginity. I was so happy. I was like, yes, yes, yes. And he passes by me. He doesn't ask me for my food. He was racist. Probably. You know what I'm saying? Bastard skipped over me and then went to the next dude. What type of shit? So I'm just like, wait a minute, hold up. I didn't say nothing. But I'm just like, motherfucker, what? How you gonna selectively bully people? How you gonna only bully the people that look like they won't fight back? That's not fair to bullying. So luckily enough, he gets about 7 more people down the line and he's robbing everyone for their breakfast and shit. And he gets to this big buff Samoan dude. He looked like The Rock, but just with way more steroids. Way more steroids. You know what I mean? And he had like long hair. And it was really wild because looking at him, I could tell he was obviously on steroids. He was obviously on some sort of substance because his head was like 5 times smaller disproportionately to the rest of his body. You know what I'm saying? Them shits was like his whole body was buff and huge and his head was super small. It was like one of them shrunken head dials off the first Beetlejuice live action movie. You feel me? Type of 1 in the chat if you guys have ever seen the Beetlejuice live action movie, the first one. Type of 2 in the chat if you've never seen the Beetlejuice first live action movie. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Glenn? What it is, Corbin Phase? What it do, Christian? Yo, hope you guys are having a good day, man. What it is, Jakir? Yeah. All right, you guys. So, with that being said, you know, the big steroid baby looking dude, you know what I'm saying? The guy is about to he's like 3 people away from him, right? But before the guy can get to him, the big buff guy stands up because he notices that the guy is only trying to rob really small people. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know what I mean? The big buff dude, he gets up and he goes over to the guy. He's like, yo, I'm sick of your shit. So either you give all of these people their food back and you sit your ass down, or I'm going to end you. I'm going to unalive you here in front of everybody. What do you think I'm in for? So the black dude, he starts freaking out. He's like, So he then completely reverses his actions and starts going down the line and reaching into his bag and giving everyone all of their food back. You know what I'm saying? 1 tray at a time. It was so hilarious, bro. It was so goofy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, bro. You know what I mean? Mine. All right, so with that being said, let me see. Hold up. Wait, hold up. That's what's up. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I finally get out of the holding cell, and then they finally take us to Gin Pop. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yo, hey, appreciate you, bro. Thanks for the compliment. Yo, yeah, I wouldn't want that food back either. Yo, that's real, man. That was so messed up that homie was doing that. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? Homie go ahead and he gives everybody their plates back. You know what I mean? And then we head into then we go back into gym pop. Like they let us out of the holding cells and they take us to the gym pop. For real, for real. Yo, so with that being said, the super chat milestone is 45 more in super chat. Once we reach 45 more in super chat, you know what I mean? Type of one in the chat. If once we reach our 50 in super chat, you guys want me to jump on the computer and do some reactions, like some scary stuff. Super chatter gets to choose. You know what I'm saying? Type of two in the chat. If once we reach our next 50 in super chat, you guys want me to tell you guys a story way crazier than this. You know what I mean? For real, for real. Yeah. So, with that being said, ooh. Yeah, yeah. So, where are you guys from and what time is it where you guys are at? Yeah, I'm currently editing up the next BHD story time, man. You guys been asking me for that mug for like 4 days now, man. You know what I mean? Got you guys coming up fresh. I've already got the whole story edited. I've just got to proof listen to that mug and then put the music on it and then put the sound effects in it and then put the memes on it and then put the pictures and or the gifs on it. Yeah. If that sounds like it's a lot of stuff to do for this one video, it's not really too bad, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool. Yo, W's in the chat to Yo J Live. Happy 4th of July. Yo, I almost forgot about that. Yo, that's what's up. Yo, everybody, happy 4th of July. W's in the chat to Yo J Live. He just sent us 10 directly in Super Chat. All right, you guys. So, if we reach 15 more in Super Chat, I will be unlocking the first extremely horrifying secret about this story. You know what I'm saying? It's something that happened to me in jail, man, that I ain't told people about it because it's embarrassing and it's weird and I don't want to, hurt the vibe or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Happy 4th of July out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Dude, I've been setting things on fire all yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to do any personal stuff on stream because, in my brain, I grew up in the hood, man. Live streaming yourself doing anything out of the ordinary to me, aside from telling stories and doing reactions, it's a good way to go back to jail, man. That's why y'all don't really see me doing a whole bunch of Adrian Broner and like Dean the Great type stuff. I don't want, because it just seems like a way to have a chick to lie on me and then I go to jail. I'm live streaming with 4 girls and then one chick is like, he looked at me weird, just like Brandy did back in the day. He looked at me and it made me uncomfortable, which is grape. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why, that's the only reason why I don't do like a lot of public streams and a lot of streams where people are where my friends are like in my videos. Cause like I don't want to get, like after a while, you just get tired of getting lied on. Just don't, Bro, that's still the most surprising thing in the world to me, is that someone as unattractive as Brandy can, can put an allegation forth. Now, with that being said, I get up in the, okay, so this was my very first fight in jail. This is my first fight. Now, when I got into jail, I made a very good friend of mine, and he was like, he was like a real small dude. He was really freaking skinny, really wiry type of dude. You know what I'm saying? He was like a geeky type of nerdy type of dude. You feel me? I'm thinking, how did this guy even get into jail? Like, what did this dude do? What is he, a hacker? You know what I'm saying? Did he steal bubblegum from Walgreens? Like, how did he get in here, right? W's in the chat to Yo J Live. W's in the chat, our highest super chatter. You know what I'm saying? Yo, J Live, you got 775 points, Brody. Yeah. If your number 2 is 75, and Spencer, you were also number 3 with 75. You know what I'm saying? But yo, J Live, what is your favorite video that I have ever made? You know what I mean? What's your favorite video of mine? Yeah. Bro, you saved my life. Serious. Your vids got me through the hardest times. Yo, that's awesome, dude. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, not to be sentimental or nothing, but that was like my number one reason for doing comedy and for still doing comedy is because I understand how anecdotal, you know what I mean, not only cracking jokes, but hearing stories, some crazy life stories is for people. Them shits is the cure for most things. Stories is extreme. Yeah, it's really good for us. I read in a book somewhere that said stories take if it's a good story, it takes the brain of whoever's listening on an adventure. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, W's in the chat. W's in the chat to Yo J Live. Once we reach 35 more in Super Chat, type a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to jump on to, if you guys want me to tell you guys a way crazier story than the story I'm telling you guys right now. You know what I'm saying? Type a 2 in the chat if once we reach our 35 in Super Chat. Once we reach 35 more in Super Chat, you guys want me to tell you guys a story that I never thought I'd tell you guys on live. Ones and twos, men. All right, so with that being said, my really skinny, short bunkmate, he was my bunkmate, and he was, I became friends with him really quickly because he listened to my stories and he laughed at my jokes. You know what I'm saying? My favorite video is when you were doing one of the Happy Tree Friends videos. It was my favorite ones. Yo, when it was the scary ones. Hey, appreciate the compliment, Lone Ninja. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Really Rich. A lot of people really love the Happy Tree Friends reactions. I wish I could still react to that stuff, but I mean, like, bro, copyright don't play, bro. They don't play. For real. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Now, with that being said, back to the story at hand. Now, my bunkmate, he was built like 14-year-old Bruce Banner, but in an 18-year-old's body. You know what I'm saying? He's like a white dude. He you know what I mean? He had the body language of Steve Urkel. He had on glasses. You know what I'm saying? Super nerd, right? Now, luckily enough for me, I'm nerdy too. So, I tend to not really care if someone doesn't look cool. Like, you know what I mean? I play World of Warcraft. I don't give a shit if someone else looks nerdy like me. So with that being said, just man, he's part of my tribe, baby. So with that being said, you know what I mean? I become real good friends with this guy, real fast friends, because I'm telling stories to pass the time while I'm in jail, and he's listening to my stories, which made us friends, you feel me? So with that being said, you know what I mean? I'm cracking jokes with this dude, man. We become super duper cool. I ask him, how the hell does a dude built like a adolescent tree twig, like a tree twig, get into jail? And he's like, well, I joined a gang, and my role in the gang was to go to Macy's and rob it and steal $500 worth of clothes twice a week in order to pay for my spot in the gang. And I didn't want to try to like be all Martin Luther King to this dude and let him know, like, bro, that means like you getting CUCK'd by your gang. You're getting Tekashi 6ix9'd by your gang, bro. Don't, nigga, being the bottom of a gang is not fun. You know what I'm saying? Ask Tekashi 6ix9ine. That shit wasn't fun. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? Let's see. So knowledge power. We don't talk about religion. We don't talk about race. And we don't talk about politics. You know what I'm saying? No race, no religion, and no politics. You know what I mean? For real. So, you know what I mean? Like, clean it up. We ain't on all of that, want to be philosophical type stuff. You know what I mean? They come here trying to preach. I've seen So, with that being said, you know what I mean? We go to breakfast one day. While we at breakfast one day, let's say I'm gonna call my roommate Cliff. You know what I mean? Well, we're gonna call him Bruce as far as Bruce Banner, right? So I go to breakfast with Bruce. While I'm at breakfast with Bruce, one of the dudes that's sitting at our table, he tries to punk Bruce for his breakfast. He's like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, yo, your food looking good, man. Close your tray up, pass that over here. And Bruce looks at me, you know what I'm saying, as his friend. He's like, what do I do? But I could tell what he also meant was like, hey, man, like, help. So, I look at Bruce, I'm like, bro, eat your food, you good. I got you. So, Bruce opens up his styrofoam tray and he, starts to eat his food. He gets ready to eat some of his food. So, yo, that's what's up. Yo, that's cool that you have to work very, very soon. Yo, you get out at like 2 in the morning. Am I going to be live tomorrow? I will definitely be live tomorrow. That's cool that you got to work, Brody. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, bro. You got good energy. So, with that being said, we freaking Bruce is like Bruce is, he's getting punked for his food or whatever. So, I let him know, like, you're good, you safe, I got your back, eat your food. So the dude that was punking Bruce he wasn't a buff black dude, but he was like a chubby black dude. Like, think Kenan Thompson, but gangbanger. He was like gangbanging Kenan Thompson. That's what he was built like, you know what I'm saying? So gangbanging Kenan Thompson, he gets up out of the seat. He's like, yo, look, man. Yeah, I mean, he points at the homie. He points at Bruce. He's like, yo, Bruce, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and, slide your food over here, bro. You know what I mean? Don't eat none of it. Slide your food over here, bro. You know what I mean? So Bruce again looks at me, to see what he should do, and I let Bruce know, bro, eat your food. You good? Don't worry about it. You good, bro. So, you know what I mean? Bruce opens up his tray and he again gets ready to eat his food. But this time he sticks his fork into the oatmeal, right? He gets ready to take a bite of it. When he does this sets gangbanging Kenan Thompson completely off. He blew a head gasket immediately. Motherfucker, you gonna open up, you gonna stick your spoon in the oatmeal I just told you not to eat? Yo, I said, close your tray up and pass over here. But before he could finish, his loud yelling and screaming and him, because when he got up, he stomped or kicked the desk or something. And I'm not gonna lie, like me growing up where I grew up at, I don't like loud sounds. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking this is a compromise. I'm thinking that this is like, is my safety compromised? Like, what was this loud sound? Are they shooting? Somebody got a baton? Like, what the fuck? They shooting fireworks again? So I get up when dude screams out and stomps and starts trying to like yell at my bunkie. And I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, yo, like, you know what I mean? What did I say to him exactly? Yeah, I don't want to repeat it verbatim because it sounds angry. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I got up in dude's face because I was sitting right next to him. You know what I mean? And I just like dropped stance on him. Like, all right, so what's up? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You trying to like, you know what I mean? Like, we ain't doing none of that shit, bro. Like, what you doing, bro? You ain't about to just rob my homie for his food. Like, what's up? So I get in his face and homie sits back down. He just sits down. He's like, oh, I was just joking. And he sits down. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, motherfucker. So then I sat back down and then we all kept eating our food. Like, shit was cool. You know what I'm saying? Bruce opens up his tray. He's scarfing his food down. Black gangbanging Kenan Thompson. He's eating his food again. I eat my food. We have a good breakfast. The guards didn't get called. You know what I mean? No one went into lockup. No one got beat the hell up more than, they needed to or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It could have been way worse. So, with that being said, let me see. There was another guy I met when I was in jail. His name was, we gonna call him Vaughn, because this nigga was a spitting image of King Von, bro. I'm talking about long dreads, like killer look in his eye, same facial, you know what I mean? Like, homie was skinny buff, just like King Von. He looked just like him, Brody. Yo. Also, if you ever play Fortnite again, we gotta run squads. Yeah, that'd definitely be cool if we could run some squads. You know what I'm saying? Yo, live, are you? Oh, yeah. We definitely gotta run some squads, Brody. Yeah. I got you coming up fresh. Yo, so with that being said, once we reach 35 more in Super Chat, type of one in the chat if you guys want our highest Super Chatter to choose a song for me to play in the background while I tell stories. Type a 2 in the chat if once we reach our next super chat milestone, which is 35 more in super chat, you guys want me to tell you guys a way crazier story than this. They always escalate. Okay, I actually have a name to it too. Oh my God. I remember this time I was forced to fist fight a woman, like this old woman too. You know what I mean? And I won the fight without, you know what I mean? Like I won the fight in a really, really jacked up, surprising way. You know what I mean? Type of 1 in the chat if you guys want me to tell that story once we reach the next super chat milestone. Type of 2 in the chat if instead you guys want me to tell you guys the story of how I walked in on my best friend cheating on his girlfriend with a goat. A goat. They could. You guys might have heard that story, but I know a lot of you guys haven't heard that story. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just throwing out like the most interesting stories I've got to see which one you guys enjoy or you guys want to hear. So, with that being said, yeah, I mean, now we gonna call this dude King Von. Yo, that's good that you're a killer in Fortnite. Yeah. Yo, that's what's up. Yo, where you guys from? And what time is it where you guys are from? What time is it where you guys are at? Yeah. Like 60 years ago, I spent the entire July 4th watching your videos, and I made it a tradition every year on July 4th to watch you. Yo, that's awesome, Kaibo. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you got great energy, Brody. Yo, so with that being said, I've got a brand new BHD story time coming down the pipeline. It might take another 3 or 4 days of editing to get that mug like, you know, nice, you know what I'm saying, to where I want to send it to y'all or put it out for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that mug is on the way and it's hot off the press. You know what I'm saying? For real. So, with that being said, nigga, okay, so the King Von looking dude in jail with the water vids, bro. Them water vids be whooping my ass. For real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Meme Trash? Hey, what's up, Jamal? What's up, RPG? W's in the chat to the mod squad. For real. W's in the chat to the mod squad, man. All right, so if you guys do want to super chat to your boy, the easiest way to super chat to your boy is by super chatting directly through the tip jar link that's linked up in the comments section. The second best way to super chat to your boy is by super chatting directly through the channel. Yeah, I'm saying, that's cool. It is 6 p.m. there, Mr. Death. What's up, amazing? What it do, amazing Riddle? What's up, Meme Trash? What it is, Jamal Brown? What it is, Kaibo? What's up, RPG? Yo, what's up, Yo J Live? Yo J Live is our highest super chatter for the stream, Brody. Yeah, he super chatted 15 directly through the channel. All right, so now the King Von looking dude, you know, this is before I knew who King Von was. I did not know about King Von, the drill rapper. I didn't know about none of that. And so, you know, I remember talking to this dude. I started talking to the King Von looking guy, the King Von look-alike. And, you know, all of the stuff he's telling me is extremely King Von-esque. He told me the reason he's in jail is because he went to a party. He was a blood, and he went to a party with a whole bunch of Crips. You know what I'm saying? He gets up in there, and while he's at the party, he runs into some Crips. And the Crips, you know, he thinks he's about to fight the dudes. It's only him versus 5 Crips, and he's about to fist fight him. But then, you know what I'm saying, like they got scared of him and decided not to fight him. So then he stays at the party. He's still dancing. He's having a good time with the ladies. And, you know, he gets into another fight with one of the Crip dudes there. And, you know, they pull their gun on him and they shoot him. So he pulls his gun and shoots back. His shots, he like took out 2 of the dudes, but he got shot like twice. You know what I'm saying? And he showed us the bullet wounds, and his story all checks out, man. Bro. Now, luckily enough for me, you know what I mean? That ended up like, you know, that situation low-key ended up saving my life. because when I got out of jail, like 2 years later, now mind you, I didn't stay friends or stay in contact with any of the people that I was in jail with, because one of the books I read says if you stay friends, like your top 5 friends is who you is. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna kick it with these dudes, right? So fast forward 2 years into the future. I'm at my female friend Lonnie's. I'm at her graduation, right? She's graduating from college out here. I'm there. And while I'm there, they let us all out of the stadium. And when we get out the stadium, people started to turn into these real big crowds and shit, right? So I'm wondering what the commotion is. Well, I'm leading my people through the crowd, and we ran into King Von. We ran into the King Von lookalike. And he notices me and I notice him, and we have like the crispiest dap. We're like, oh shit, nigga, what's good? Like, what's up? Like, good to see you, bro. What's good? And he's like, yo, it's good to see you too, man. How you been? I'm like, yo, I'm doing good, man. Yeah, I mean, I see you looking like you more swole now, like you've been working out. He's like, yeah, I've been working out, bro. You know what I mean? It's good to see you too. But yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. We're here on official business. You might want to leave. And I was like, why would we want to leave? Like, what's going on? It's like 3,000 civilians. Everyone's, just got out of this really big, freaking graduation ceremony. So everyone's looking to have a good time. What's going on? He's like, look, we here to get an op. You know what I mean? And when we find him, it's going to be chitty, chitty, bang, bang. And I was like, what? Like, really? And he was like, no, for real, bro. Like, look at me and my peoples. And he does this. I look behind him, and there's about 70 goons there with him, all dressed up like gangbangers. And I'm like, oh, time to go. Yo, what's up, Lana? What's up, Jamal? But yo, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting up out that mug, you know what I'm saying? Ended up rolling out. You know what I mean? Type of one in the chat, if you guys want me to make up a crazy milestone, that if we hit that mug, y'all want me to shave off my eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? Type of 2 in the chat, if I shouldn't make a crazy long-term milestone as to if we hit that mug, I shave off my eyebrows. I haven't done that challenge. I haven't said that challenge anymore in my streams, because if I shave off my eyebrows, that'd be like a month where I can't really hang out with people, man, because it's a month of me getting made fun of in public, man. You know what I mean? That's some scary shit. You know what I mean? Yep. Sounds like someone must up to get that kind of attention. I don't even know what that means. That reads like hieroglyphics. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the compliment. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? Me and all my peoples, we go ahead and get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? We don't even stick around. We don't listen to, we don't want to hear no more stories or none of that. We just go ahead, get our stuff, and roll. You know what I mean? But with that being said, like, it was a crazy situation. Crazy situation. You know what I mean? Like, bruh. With that being said, we're at 15 in Super Chat. Once we reach 35 more in Super Chat, I'm going to tell you guys a way crazier story than the story I'm telling you guys right now. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, you guys have a choice of which story times you guys want me to hear. Because, highest Super Chatter gets to control the stream and or choose what stories I tell. So, couple 1 in the chat, if once we reach the Super Chat milestone, you guys want me to tell you guys the story of my very, 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 very first foster home. You know what I'm saying? Couple 2 in the chat, and once we reach our first Super Chat milestone, you guys want me to tell you guys the story of my first time getting stabbed. Well, shanked. Same thing, really. You know what I mean? I was 11. That's the clue I'll give you. Hey, so where you guys from? And what time is it where you guys are at?
She a freaky chick, but damn, she on this sneaky shit. Ran out with a half a zip, and now I gotta slap her. These record labels broke as shit. Ricky Dicky record shit.
Yo, what's up, Jamal? What's up, Yo J Live? What it do? Hey, where you guys from? And what time is it where you guys are at? Yeah, I would have to. I don't even know what part of the story time you're referencing. Yeah, I mean, for real, for real. So let's see. That was a good one. Type of 1 in the chat if you guys heard that neck crack. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys didn't hear the neck crack. Let it go on your block, we gon' do a show. Let it go on your block, I'ma do a show. Here pussy, here out, he gon' call the phone. All my niggas, they don't go, they don't fucking go. Got the pole with the scope, know I keep the pole. Why these niggas, why these men, acting like some hoes. In my Subi jeans, bang on, that bitch all on me. Terrio, tell the stripper, bitch, that pin on me. Jello. I came in with a core on, and I got some bitches calling. Yeah, I'm with a joke, got that pack, going for the low. Sell a piece, sell it all, sell it for the low. If she talk, I'm in love, I'ma let it go. Let it go on your block, we gon' do a show. Oh, fuck that bitch, I go too dumb. Rico was on top of ones, we don't do no one-on-one. Put that Zanny on your tongue, rock the show out like a shit. That type of bitch I love to fuck. Baby, you the chosen one, and baby, I don't follow none. Fell asleep in LA, won't go to the sun. Oh, fuck my PO, he know I got hella guns. Oh, and shout out my OG, he know he keep it one. Oh, fuck that AGP, he know I brought the funk. Hit him with the pump, leave him in the trunk. What the fuck your baby mama, but it's storm. Beat a nigga ass, leave a nigga alone. What? I came in with a core on, and I got some bitches calling. I'm with a joke, got that pack, going for the low. Sell a piece, sell it oak, sell it for the low. If she talk, I'm in love. Yeah, I remember Stick of Truth.
Let it go on your block, we gon' do
And Honey Pop. Yeah. Yo, what's up? Depth? I think that's your name. What's up, Jamal? What it is, Tommy Newsom? What's up, Gregory? What it is, Joseph? What it is, RPG? What's up, Jamal Brown? What's up, Royal Bureaucratical? What it is, Lane? What's up, OG? Where did I find out that I had to go to my house as a kid? Understandable. What's up, Jamal? What's poppin'? Mm-hmm.
Just to a check when I land. My bitch too foreign in the visa. I don't need her. Pull a truck top with an eater. Two-seater. New bitch wanna fuck in my AP. New freezer. I woke up thinking about bands. Hop over just to a check when I land. Ooh, big shot. Hold up, wait. Anybody inside? No. Outside? Cocaine white body look like gin towels. Gin towels. Rule of the day, get a few every day. Get a bitch with a 10 by the pool every day. Get a click with a plan, give a tool every day. I never sleep, I gotta eat, I gotta dance. I really rap when I get that advance. How can I shop with like 64 amps? Talking on top about business again.
Alright, you guys. Type of one in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when I accidentally went on a date. Type of one in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when I found out that this girl that I was dating was a meth head. You know what I'm saying? Nigga. Girl I was trying to date was a whole meth head, man. Had no idea. Type of two in the chat if once we reach the next super chat milestone, you guys want to hear the reason that me and my white best friend ain't friends no more. You know what I'm saying? We completely just stopped being friends, bro. And it's the same reason that it's been so hard to find a Caucasian guy friend, bro, because they all think the same. And it's not even racist. You know what I'm saying? They have these weird, different outlooks on relationships. Yo, so what's up, Sharice? What's up, Lee Jean? What it is, Jamal? What's up, Deep? Hook up. No. Ugh. I don't even know what that means, but it definitely had nothing to do with hookup. Yeah, for real, for real. Yo, alright, so with that being said, you know what I mean? I guess I should tell you guys. I guess I should tell you guys those stories on the next live. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, chat seems kind of dead. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna run down a couple of stories. You know what I mean? That you know, we're gonna take a vote, see which ones you guys have listened before. You know what I mean? See which ones you guys have heard of. For real, for real. Let's see. Ooh. You guys might not know this one. Type of one in the chat if you guys have ever heard the story of the reason why Randy sold his YouTube channel to a convicted killer. He was supposed to only be a gangbanger. It turns out that he really rapped the stuff that he was really doing the stuff he was rapping about. You know what I mean? But yeah, he used to be a friend of mine. I'm not gonna say his name, but yeah, he's in jail for life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, type of one in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of why Randy sold his YouTube channel to a gangbanging rapper. Shit is wild. You know what I mean? Yeah. Type of two in the chat if instead you guys want to hear the story of oh my god. Type of two in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of why I don't hang out with my family. You know what I mean? For real, for real. That's real shit. Look up going out on a date. Yeah. So, type of one in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of ooh. So type of one in the chat if you guys want to hear the story, the real reason why Randy sold his YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying, to a gangbanger who turned into a convicted felon, just all that crazy stuff. If once we reach the next 35 in super chat, type a 2 in the chat if instead you guys want to hear the story of why I don't hang out with my family. Ones and twos, man. Ones and twos. But yeah, bro, it's weird, dude. Like, it's like I've noticed that I can't be cool with, like, married dudes are the hardest dudes to be cool with, bro. For real, for real. Yeah. Let's see. All right, y'all. So we're getting a whole bunch of twos. We've got 4 twos and we've got 2 ones. You know what I mean? So that means if we reach 35 in super chat within the next, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live in like 5 minutes. So if we reach the next super chat milestone within the next 5 minutes, then I'll be standing telling you guys that story. If not, that'll be one of the stories I tell you guys in the next live. You know what I mean? Don't know when that'll be. Yeah. Bruh. But I'm gonna tell you guys about what happened with I'm gonna tell you guys what happened in when I went on this alright, so me and one of my homeboys, man, we went to the club, right? Well, me and 2 of my homeboys. We go to the club, you know what I'm saying? We get up in this mug, and I'm already thinking it's not a good idea. I'm going to the club because the dude that's driving us, this nigga seems to be on every substance. This dude is knocking back drugs like they're Skittles. He's just popping everything, you know what I'm saying? He's popping Molly and sweating. He was freaking, you know what I mean? He was doing a bunch of shit. I didn't see him do all of it, but he was doing a bunch of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, appreciate the compliments, y'all. With that being said, we get to the club, and he is hollering at every woman passing by. I'm talking, he's yelling shit. Yo, hey ladies, it's me. Woo, I'm the #1. Get with me, ladies, yeah. Nigga. He's yelling so loud, and he's yelling about such weird, different shit that we decided just, you know what? I mean, I decided I really didn't want to kick it with him in the club that much because, you know what I mean? It meant that, he was probably going to act like a weirdo. You know what I mean? So with that being said, W's in the chat to the Mod Squad, by the way. With that being said, I went on and freaking, you know what I mean? Like, decided to let homie go. You know what I mean? Hold up, y'all. I'm about to jump on TikTok.
Woke up to niggas sounding like me, talk sounding like me. I woke up to niggas sounding like me. Woke up to niggas sounding like me. Woke up to niggas sounding like me. Woke up to niggas talking like me. Boy, they didn't like me. Then she like me. That bitch want to indict me. She can't find me. I'm like, daddy, up Sprite, please. With some ice, with my bitch like shit.
Alright, so got you guys coming up fresh. So, you know what I mean? We about to get up out of here in about 4-5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? If you guys do want to watch some more of my live stream, come over onto my TikTok channel. That's where I'm live streaming at. You know what I mean? That's where I'm starting up a live at. So come on over there. You know what I mean? Kick it, chill. I'll be back on YouTube a little bit later on, I suppose. Yeah, with some more stories for you guys. Alright, so with that being said, I'm kicking it, you know what I mean? Like, let me see. Well, I was telling you guys a story. I'm going to tell you guys the story of, like, Oh, when I went to the club with a bunch of the homies. So, we're at the club, you know what I'm saying? And we get there, and like I said, my homeboy who's driving the car, who drove us there, who was apparently on every freaking substance. He was knocking back, you know, he's popping mollies and sweating like they were Skittles. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, knocking them loose. You know what I mean? So we get there and he starts like catcalling every woman within a 20 feet radius. Woo, yeah, ladies. Yeah, you know you want to ride the Italian stallion. You know you want. Woo. woo, ladies, yeah, you know you want to. Like, bro, I don't know what dudes think that work, but that really, really doesn't work. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? He stops the car, yo, we park. I got the car, you know what I mean? And he wants to stay in the car so that he can keep doing more substances. Woo! Pop the molly and sweating. Like, bro, I'm just like, man, do you, bro? You know what I'm saying? Who am I to tell this dude what to do when he at the club? You know what I'm saying? He there, he lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let homie do him. So I go into the club. Now I've decided that night in the club was going to be a night of pure practice. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you guys don't know, you know what I'm saying? If you are a man and you plan on dating, you have to practice. All right? You gotta practice your dating, people. You know what I'm saying? Especially men. Women don't have to practice because dudes will stalk women from the ends of the earth till the end of time. But as a dude, you've gotta practice. So I'm out. I'm at the club, man, and I'm just practicing. You know what I'm saying? It's like a goth type of club, but they was playing pretty good hip hop music. So I'm walking around the club, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking with people, you know what I mean? I'm cracking jokes with people and stuff. It's a pretty good vibe, you know. And the first 7 girls I talked to, it all goes bad. The first 7 girls that I talked to, it went completely bad. You know what I'm saying? Once we reach 5, if we reach 5 galaxies, then I'll tell you guys exactly how badly and what happened with those first 7 girls I talked to in order for it to go so freaking badly. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I'm walking around after the 7 chicks. I run into this one white girl, and white girl was cool. She was, you know what I mean? She was pretty nice. So I'm talking with her, I'm cracking jokes with her, everything's cool, and then out of nowhere, I run into her really unattractive best friend, right? Who, you know, and before she comes along, she comes up there, I'm talking to her, I'm talking to the white girl, and the white girl's friend, and my homeboy, Sabran is there with us, so, you know, like, it's a 2-on-2. So the 2-on-2 is going perfect, right? His girl, hey, W's in the chat, thank you for the gold medal scones. Yo, W's in the chat, Brody. So I'm talking to the chick that I'm talking to. Yeah, I mean, my homeboy Sabran, he's talking with the other white girl that's there. You know what I'm saying? And everything is going great. I'm talking like this girl, she's like putting her breast on me. You know what I'm saying? Like she's laughing at everything I say. She's super touchy-feely and she's 100% completely agreeable. You know what I'm saying? That is the best thing about the whole situation was that the female was just like super duper freaking nice to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to her about 15 minutes into our conversation. It's all going good. It's all going hella swimmingly and whatnot. Tell me why. The chick, her best friend walks up. Baby girl's best friend was built like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. I wish I was joking. Baby girl walks up, you know what I mean? You can see her spine, like her posture was so bad, you could see her spine sticking up out of like the middle of her back and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So she walks over, she's like, hey, who is this? Yeah, I don't like this. Yo, these guys gotta get the hell out of here. These dudes ain't shit. Now mind you, it's going so good with this white girl who was her friend that this chick was like, yo, you know, I want to come back to your house tonight. I want to hang out with you tonight. We're going to go hang out. It's going down. It's on and popping. And I'm just like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? It's on and popping. It's obviously about to go good. You know what I'm saying? Yo, appreciate you. Happy 4th of July to you as well. Thank you, Abraham Lincoln. Hey, what's up, Trish? Yo, thank you guys for sharing the live, man. What it is, Dizzle. What it is, Bubble. What it is, Scones. Practice makes perfect. For real, for real. What's up, Ribble? Yeah, bro. Like, as a man, you have to practice your dating, bro. Very important that you practice your dating. If you don't, then you forget how to date. And then some chick like Peggy from Marriage with Children gonna marry your ass. And then you gonna live the rest of your life unhappily ever after. You know what I'm saying? Getting yelled at and shit. You ain't take out the trash in 17 minutes. Okay? It's been 17 minutes since you time. You don't love me. You ain't shit. You like it? Yo, Abraham, Blast, thanks for your stories, man. You're talented. Hey, I appreciate you, yo. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yo, I appreciate you back, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I love telling stories to y'all as much as y'all enjoy hearing stories from me. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, you got good energy, Abraham. For real, for real. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Yeah. For real, for real. Now, with that being said, hey, appreciate you for all the diamonds, man. Appreciate you guys for the diamonds. Hey, yo, Scones, thank you for the gift, Scones. Yeah. Yo, you gotta shave your head and mustache. Alright, so look, man, you know what I'm saying? The only way to get me, okay, so look, type of 1 in the chat if you guys are hell bent on having me shave my eyebrows and my mustache and all my facial hair. You know what I'm saying? Type of 1 in the chat if you guys are hell bent on that. If y'all really want me to do that. And I'll do it on camera if I gotta do that. Type of 2 in the chat if it's not really that big of a deal. You know what I mean? You'd rather me just crack jokes and tell stories. Y'all don't really care about me shaving all my hair off and looking foolish online. You know what I'm saying? No, everyone wants him to take off his eyebrows and beard. Yo, appreciate you for the rose, SO. Hey, what's up, AQ? What it is, one Clevin. What it is, learn. Yo, alright, so with that being said, the only way to get me to shave off my eyebrows, you know what I'm saying, is by coming over to my chat on YouTube and super chatting directly through my tip jar. You know what I'm saying? But now, in order to get me to shave off my eyebrows, alright, it's 5 G's in super chat. Alright? It's gonna be a whole month of me not getting sat on by women when I shave my eyebrows out. Alright? It ain't cheap. Alright? I gotta not get laid. You know how little I'm gonna get laid? You know what I mean? If I ain't got no eyebrows on? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go out try to talk to the ladies. They gonna call the police on me immediately. Y'all trying to get me homeless. Baby, men deserve naked ladies, people. I mean, not men deserve women in their birthday suits. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, line? Yo, what's up, little pretty Chris? Hey, it's for the love of the game. Okay, so you said why? What are you asking why to, little pretty Chris? You know what I mean? Yo, all right, you guys. So look, once we reach either 10 galaxies or a crazy new gift that I've never gotten, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll tell you guys the story. I gotta be real careful about what story I tell y'all, because this is TikTok. I'll tell you guys the story. Type of chat if once we reach 10 galaxies, you guys want me to tell you guys the story of how I lost my V card. Type of 2 in the chat if instead you guys want me to tell y'all the story of my last time getting chased by the police. There's a lot of them. You know what I mean? Yo, I like that you love my paranormal videos. That's what's up. Yo. Hey, Ash, thank you for the heart me, yo. Alright, so, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Sharing stories about dating relationships, nigga. Alright, so, with that being said, I was telling you guys a story a second ago, you know what I mean? And I've misplaced it in my brain. I know I was telling you guys, okay, yeah. So I'm at the club with the white girl, and my homeboy, he's with the other white girl, and they want to come back to the crib. They're trying to get their happy places smattered at it. They're trying to get their elbow tickled, and I like that about them. You know what I mean? I was with that. But her jacked up looking female friend shows up and is like, yo, you can't, so you think you're just gonna smash? Hey, Ash, thank you for the gift, yo. He's like, yo, you think you're just gonna smash my friend? What's wrong with you? So the woman immediately does what any woman does, especially an ugly woman, when she can't get her way. You know what I'm saying? She immediately starts throwing allegations. You know what I'm saying? Bro, she threw allegations faster than Amber Heard did at Johnny Depp when she pooped on her bed. Yo, Taco Boy. Taco Boy just super chatted too directly through the channel. Yeah. That's what's up. That's cool. You said, why do I want to cut my eyes shadows? I don't want to cut my eyes shadows. You know, I don't think it's good to cut the shadows off your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, hey, so Kenosis says, Kenosis is mad. You know what I mean? Poor guy. W's in the chat to Taco. You know what I'm saying? Alright, you guys. So, we telling hella story times off up in this mug. You know what I'm saying? It's getting on and popping. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you for the compliment, man. That guy is rich and popular. Yo, thanks for the compliment, bros. Yeah. That's what's up. Came here for the heat. Understandable. Mini hand hearts. Yeah, I mean, thank you guys for the gifts. Yeah. That's what's up. Me back. KY run me back. Run me back. Hey, W's in the chat, the Art Mod Squad. You know what I'm saying? The Mod Squad's out there. Okay, so, just like I said, man, you guys want me to shave off my eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so I'll tell you guys what. It's 5 G's to shave off my eyebrows, given how badly that's going to go for me in real life. But at 8 G's, I will shave all of the hair on my face off. I will be out here looking like a straight up naked mole rat out this mug. You know what I'm saying? So, this chick starts yelling and alligating at me that I'm like harassing her friend or I'm graping somebody simply because I'm because we haven't hit on the ugly friend. Now, the ugly friend came in like 45 minutes into us talking to this chick. And then she came in ugly. Who is going, what? I don't understand. What is wrong with jacked up looking chicks? You know what I'm saying? Why do they always think that, I don't get it. Kenosis, no. You don't, no. You are who you act like. You know what I mean? So you came in, you know what I mean, trying to talk crap. That's what you are. You know what I mean? You are what you eat. So don't be trying to, you know what I mean? I think it's weird when someone comes in talking crappy and then tries to later on, when the person notices them talking crappy, then the person tries to be like, wait, no. I'm your hugest fan. I'm your biggest fan, man. Oh my God. Now that I got your attention. Oh my God. Look, let's talk. Let's be friends. No, bro. We keep that same energy. You know what I mean? W's in the chat. That's what's up, MLG. To each his own. Yo, what's up, Art? I suck. With that being said, this chick, she reminded me of this one chick. Okay, so, long story short, I completely dead the situation with that person. Hey, Kenosis, much love. Okay, now that's an apology. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? That's what's up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, CO, where are you from, Kenosis? Your name reminds me of Colossus from X-Men. You know what I'm saying? For real. Type of 1 in the chat if you guys have seen the latest movie, if you guys have seen the latest Mortal Kombat 2 movie. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys have not seen the latest Mortal Kombat 2 movie. Yes, I am feeling GTA 6, and I can't wait till that shit drops. I'm going to be on it like Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Kin or sister? Understandable. You're from Cali. Yo, that's awesome that you're from Cali. What part of Cali are you from? I lived in Compton. But I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. I never told people I lived in Compton because I grew up in Compton because I thought that Compton was the scarier place to live. I thought it would be me trying to brag about growing up in a dangerous place. Come to find, I've been telling people I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, which is true. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that Cleveland, Ohio is way more dangerous than Compton. How the shit? I didn't know that. No wonder why so many of my schools almost got shut up as a young person. So many guns and drug dealers in the school when I was a kid. It was so freaking funny, man. I'm still flabbergasted. So, with that being said, yeah, I mean, we keep on the white girl. She keeps trying to accuse us of trying to steal her and her friend's happy place. So we decide, like, you know what? We not about to deal with this type of craziness. You know what I'm saying? Just happy to see you on stream, brother. Yo, it's good to see you on stream too, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. I couldn't see different memes come off the wrong way. It's understandable, bro. You know what I'm saying? It happens. No need to apologize for being human, Brody. Yo, little unpaid child support. Little unpaid child support just sent the heartbeat through, bro. You just literally made me laugh in real life, bro. You just made me laugh in real life just with your name, bro. That is hilarious. That's what's up. Yo, that's awesome that you've been watching me for years. Yeah. Thank you for the compliment. Homie's name is Lil Unpaid Child Support, bro. That is a goated name, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, why do I feel like you picked a better rap name than me, man? Lil Unpaid Child Support is diabolical, bro. Yo, hey, thank you guys for the diamonds. We're trying to get out of C5 league out of this mug. You know what I'm saying? They said that if I reach C2 league in the week, then they'll make it so that they give me like brand new emojis and all types of new stuff. So I'm trying to reach C2 league. You know what I mean? We way too many diamonds away. Yeah. Hey, what's up, little Christian, little pretty Chris Kevin? Little pretty Chris Kevin, what? You got the profile picture of a female, but your name is Chris and Kevin? That's different. I ain't got nothing to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so with that being said, the white girl that came in, she ruined the whole club thing with me and the white girl or whatever and my homeboy. So, you know, we just went and started talking to different girls. Now, I get rejected 2 more times because that's what dating is. Most of it's just getting rejected until you get better at not getting rejected. That's what dating is. You have to practice. You know what I'm saying? So, I get rejected 2 more times. You know what I'm saying? And then I run into this another white girl. And she's saying all the right stuff. She's saying all the best stuff to me. She's just like, yo, like, I want to come to your house. Can I come to your house? And when she says, can I come to I would love to come with you to your house. Can I come with you to your house? What she's really saying is, I want to come with you at your house. You know what I mean? And I know that. But she's saying, can I come with you to your house? And I know what she's saying. Now, the most important thing to do in this type of situation, when we run into a chick that's going, you know what I'm saying, is not to do too much. You know, for some reason, when you run into a chick that likes you as much as you like her, if you act like you like her as much as she likes you, then it ruins the whole freaking situation. You know what I mean? For real. Mr. Big Daddy like you do like Christmas, shine like a light bulb. Rich thug, get a millionaire hug. MacGyver ain't liver than a big time of $50 million ain't a Pathfinder Mr. Betty Crocker cake maker. You said you're working on getting your stream up? That's good that you're working to get your stream up, Canassus. Yeah. You say you're from Burbank, raised in trash-ass San Bernardino. Bro, I was raised in San Bernardino, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Yo, so where you guys from? And what time is it where you guys are at? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yo, that's awesome that you've been watching me for 10 years, Monk. Appreciate you for the compliment. That's hilarious. That's what's up. What's up, General? What it is, Doctor? What it is, Web Weaver? What it is, DWJ? Yo, what's up, Archangel? What's up? Alright, so with that being said, this last chick I ran into, it was a white chick. She was goth, right? And she's saying all the right stuff. Yo, you know, like, I want to come, I want to hang out with you, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, I'm about to catch an Uber back to my crib, so you should just hang out with me. And then I'll have you leave later or like, you know, now Uber you home later. She's like, oh, okay, cool. So I get an Uber. I call an Uber. You know, Uber gets to the club I'm at and picks us both up. The Uber's driving us to my crib. We get halfway to my crib. And I shit you not, bruh. We get halfway to my crib. Shit you not. This chick, she tells me in the freaking Uber, she tells me on the way to my crib, she tells me, she's like, oh, and by the way, I hope you're okay with the fact that like I do meth. And I'm like, come again? Some huh? Meth? Bitch, meth ain't weed. What the shit? She's like, oh yeah, man, I love meth. And you know, I love meth. I love rubbing it all over me. And I love to smoke it. And I love to snort it and taste it. I love the taste of meth. Nigga, she was talking about meth like she loved meth more than an obese child enjoys cake. You know what I'm saying? She was on meth like Stingrays on Steve Irwin. You know what I'm saying? Like nap time on Michael Jackson. I think that's a joke I'm not going to use again. I'm not going to use that joke again, man. Michael was an awesome person. He made Thriller. We're going to edit that out. So with that being said, hey, Nova, thank you for the rose. With that being said, you know what I mean? Homie is just like, you know, like we get back to my crib, right? And we go into my living room. We go to play some pool. Because I realize I don't know this bitch. I don't know her that well. You know what I'm saying? So we playing pool, and I put on some rap music. And this goofy female, she's like, yo, you know, I want to play a song. Let me play a song. Now, for further reference, guys, if a female ever tells you she wants to play a song, you know what I mean? Like she wants you to listen to a song she likes to listen to, don't do it. Don't freaking do it, guys. Don't do it. Type of one in the chat. If someone has ever run up on you and been like, oh my God, let me play a song. I want to play a song. And you're playing something good. And they're like, yo, let me play a song. And they play a song and it's complete doo-doo. It's complete garbage. It's almost as if they take like whatever good vibe that you build off of you playing your music, and then they'll take that, try to transfer it to their shit music. You know what I'm saying? And it's usually crap. Usually crap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, with that being said, let's see. With that being said, you know, I relent, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let you go ahead and play a song you want to play. It's cool. I ain't even tripping. You know what I mean? Baby girl starts to play. She turns on some polka music. Polka. I'm like, motherfucker. Polka? What the shit, nigga? So she throws on polka, you know what I'm saying, and she starts like dancing in really shitty, you know, like really crappy. Yeah, it was all the way weird. I was just like, bruh, what the ugh. So she starts doing all her weirdo dance moves. Woo, yeah, polka. And I'm just like, nigga. So we go up to my room, you know what I mean? And we hanging out in my room. And I'm trying to figure out a way to get this chick up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling her, I'm trying to get her out of here before she starts doing meth, right? So baby girl, I shit you not. She's like, you know, if we date, she's still thinking she got a chance to date me. She's like, if we date, you're gonna have to like be okay with me doing meth. Not only are you gonna have to be okay with it, but you have to accept it, and you have to. What did she tell me? She said I would have to. She said I would basically have to compliment her while she does the drugs, right? Like I have to like let her know that it's good that she does meth. And oh yeah, baby. Yeah, use a bigger needle next time. Yeah, baby, use a bigger freebase pipe. Like goofy shit, baby. I love the fact that your teeth are falling out. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot of meth compliments. You know what I mean? What's some good meth compliments, guys? I don't know a whole lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I'm freaking like Yeah, so luckily enough for me, I will say this about her. She called her own Uber. You know what I'm saying? She called her own Uber and got the hell out of there. I don't know about y'all, man, but one of the only sucky things about being an adult is that like you don't know what the other adults are doing. You really don't. Like, you know what I mean? Could be fentanyl, could be Molly, could be meth, could be heroin. You know what I'm saying? There's too much goofy shit for people to be doing nowadays. You know what I mean? For real, for real. Yeah, yeah. Yo, so what time is it where you guys are at? Where are you guys from? Yo, all right, you guys. So, yo, if we reach 10 galaxies, I will tell you guys the story of Type of 1 in the chat, if once we reach 10 galaxies, you guys want me to tell you guys the story of how I lost my V card. Type of 2 in the chat, if once we reach 10 galaxies, you guys want me to tell you guys the story of when I got caught borrowing stuff out of someone's house at night and somehow didn't go to jail. Somehow. Only somehow. Every YouTube. Yeah, yeah. Yo, appreciate you for the compliment, man. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Bro, I'm not even gonna lie, man. I low-key forgot the stories, the options I just gave you guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, 1s and 2s, man. 1s and 2s. That's what's up. Yo, so where you guys from? And what times are where you guys are at? That's awesome that you've been watching me for years. W's in the chat to the mod squad. You might be right, Cam. You might be right, Kemen. For real, for real. Yeah, yeah. People do that type of stuff. They usually have a certain type of vibe to them. What it is, Wheezy? What's up, BW? What's up, XX Fox? What is Bob? Yo, you say you're from North Carolina. That's what's up. What's up, Bob Joe? What's up, Stephen Vargas? What's up, Near? What's up, Foxfire? What music am I feeling at the time? I'm playing Juvenile 400 Degrees. You know what I mean? But yo, man, that's wild. Nigga. That's real. Yo, that's what's up that you've been watching me for 8 years. Damn. Yeah, I got some friends heading over right now. You know what I mean? People coming through. Me and my sister going to see Deftones. Yeah, yeah. Yo, when am I watching Nukes? Yo, I say whatever on the track. That's what's up. Yo, yo. When I get jump scared at, you guys say I watch. That's what's up. Yo, you remember the voiceovers? Yeah, yeah. Those are like some of my favorite videos to make. Hey, what's up, Mister? What it is, Brody? Yo, that's awesome that you've been watching me since you was growing. You watched me as you grew up. Yeah, yeah. Appreciate the compliment. Yo, that's what's up. Yo, that's what's up. PRRRRP. That's wildin', yo. To think that, like, you know what I mean? You could tell people that you saw me and, like, that would be a big thing for people. That's wilding. It is what the bro. That's one thing that be wild to me, even still till this day, bro. Like I still don't fathom how many people know who I am. You know what I mean? That's hella wild. Look. It's wild. One day, I was at a park playing basketball, right? And I ran into this random wallet, with money in it. And I looked and I opened up the wallet. It was like $400 up in there. And the person's ID said they lived like a block away, right? So I went on a mission that day to go return this person's lost wallet to him because I know what it's like to lose a wallet, right? So I get to this person's address. I knock on their door. You know what I'm saying? And it's this black dude. This fucking black guy, man. He's like 19, 20, 21, bro. He opens the door and I'm like, yo, I think you left your wallet. I think you lost your wallet. And he's like, BlastphamousHD. Yo, BlastphamousHD. I'm like, nigga, wait, what? Like, I'm just like, yo, like, that's wild that this dude, like, knew who I was. And I literally just randomly like picked up a random dude's freaking wallet and took it to his house to be a good Samaritan. And yo, so tell me why the dude, he opens up the wallet. He's like, yo, my money's still in here. Yo, you brought back my money. Hey, and he gave me like $100. And he's like, yo. And I'm like, yo. But yeah, man, that is my favorite situation that's ever happened to me because of social media. That shit took the cake. That shit was utterly hilarious, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, that is wild, bro. To be able to like show up at someone's house with their wallet and make their day. You know what I'm saying? Because they seen some of my videos online. You know what I mean? Bruh. Yo. But yeah, he was mad cool. He was mad cool as a black guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess I could see that. A lot of people are used to people doing wrong by him. So, you know what I mean? Like, they're not used to people doing right by him. Understandable. You know what I'm saying? But, like, yeah, me, I believe in karma. You know what I mean? I don't do, you know what I mean? Like, that's one of the reasons I sleep so good at night is because I don't do enough bad in order to, have any of my peace disrupted, really. Yo, appreciate the compliment. True believers. Yo, yeah, I believe karma is real. That's why I stopped doing crime when I was younger. That's why I quit. That's why I quit crime. You know what I mean? Because, like, I figured out that shit. You know what I mean? Like, so peep game, right? I used to run up in houses and borrow people's belongings when I was a kid for a living. I was a kid. I was like 12. You know what I mean? And when I think I was like 23 when I did my last job. I did my very last job when I was 23. You know what I mean? I got into this second story apartment or whatever. Yeah, I mean, climbed 2 stories up, got into this person's second story apartment. And, I go up in there and I'm looking for stuff. You know what I'm saying? And, I hear some weird noises. I go into the living room. Come to find out, there's like this old lady sleeping on a couch in the living room. So luckily enough for me, like where I grew up at, you don't do crime to old people or kids. You know what I'm saying? Like they're civilians. You know what I'm saying? So I was, I snuck back out the apartment. I tiptoed backwards out the apartment and slithered my way right on through the freaking, right through the window. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? Like, nah. So then, I climbed down the scaffolding and then climbed up a different apartment, someone else's apartment, and found $3,000, 3 G's, $3,000 in unmarked bills or whatever, looked like it was free, it was good money. So got that 3 G's, broke out the apartment, and I took the money back to my house, and I sat on the money for 30 days, well, for 3 days, which means you don't spend it. So I sat on the money for 3 days to see how it would make me feel if I were to choose this as a profession. You know what I'm saying? How would this make me feel if this is what I'm doing every night? You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm setting up my day to go, jug and finesse and flu flam at night, you know what I mean? So on the third day, I realized how bad I felt for like, you know what I mean? Like doing it or whatever. And I broke back into the person's house and put the money back. That was my last time ever doing crime. Well, that was my last time doing that type of crime. You know what I mean? No one's perfect. But, you know what I mean? Yeah, I have no idea what Bakugo's main attack is. Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up, Fox Hunter. Hey, what's up? What's up, Travis? All right, you guys. You know what I mean? We up out of this mug. You know what I mean? We rolling out of this mug in like 5 minutes. I will see you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. More stories to tell you guys. But before I go, I'm gonna list off some stories to see what stories you guys have ever heard. So someone she usually wants to try and fix things with her boyfriend, but said she loves me. Should I just go for it or leave it alone? You should leave it alone. You know what I mean? Because look, this is what's up, Travis. You know what I mean? She's only telling you that she wants to rekindle things with her old boyfriend to see if it pisses you off. She's trying to shit test you, right? So on this particular shit test, you know what I mean? If you don't dump her, then if you don't do the right thing, then you know what I mean? Like, okay, so here are your options. You could either, you know what I mean? You can either drop her and, wait for her to either come back or you go out and get a different chick, to which case, that chick at some point is going to do the same shit. You know what I mean? So by dropping her, it's a moot point because, female nature, hypergamy and all that good stuff. On the other hand, you could just, your other option is to start working out, start doing like 50 push-ups a day, 5 at a time if you need to, and, working out, and just let her come over and like sit on you, you know what I mean, because she likes the fact that you work out, you know what I mean? That's another one of your options. Or you can just like not do anything, keep doing what you're doing, and it's just gonna keep escalating. But if I were to give you advice on how to fix this, if I were to give you live coaching on how to fix this, I could tell you a way as to where it's like she would stop doing that goofy shit. I had to do the same thing to Dr. Girlfriend back in the day. You know what I mean? That goofy ass female. Drunk players leaning on the wall. Three crazy dudes screaming alcohol. 4 more youngers claiming that they ball. 5 more, then they all won't leave. 6 ugly chicks with some hooked up weed. 7 then they all up rough. 8 thugs hollering y'all don't want it with us. 9 bros running off at the mouth. 10 bros trying to hear what they talking about. 11 you shorties in a whole damn. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple of different options. You know what I mean? For real, for real. 15 minutes on Interstate 10 Stripper Club. We gon' do it again. Whoa. That's how we do it. Where I'm from. Thugging in the club until I see the sun shine on my face. Got the thing on my waist. Yo, so where you guys from? And what time is it where you guys are at? I'm glad you guys enjoy the music. That's why I be playing it. Make it ring out. That's how they do it. Where I'm from. Thugging in the club until I see the sun shine. Oh, my bad, man. You know what I mean? I mean, yawning up in this mug. Yo, what's up, man? Oh, yeah. Yep, still on YouTube. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys a little bit later, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the music. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but before I go, let's start a couple of upcoming stories. Something like that. Yo, all right, y'all, man. So I'll see you guys a little bit later. Y'all stay up.